But I only blow into the piece whenever Paul tells me to, because once it's blown out, it's permanently that thin. We can't rethicken it. It's not like a balloon where it's going to shrink if you stop blowing into it. And like you could, like if I was blowing with my mouth, I could suck air out of the vessel. And a lot of people think that's dangerous, but that's actually a technique you can use. But the pipe holds enough air that it's going to cool that hot air down well before it ever reaches your mouth. So it's impossible to hurt yourself that way. But it would just crumple up the whole piece if we did that. It wouldn't do what you think it does. It doesn't re-thicken it. But it looks like he's flattening out the bottom now. That dry wooden paddle gives him a lot more working time on the vessel. Okay. But the bottom is finished. So now we get to move on to the next step. It's the hardest part of the whole thing. It's called the punty transfer. So I have a solid steel rod with a little counterweight. It's called the punty. I'm going to shape up this little bit of glass I got. I'm biased. You won't notice until later. But it will break a hole in the bottom and turn it into a planter. And if it's too cold, you'll notice right away when he goes to break it off, it will fall on the ground. And that will end the demo a little early. So if this next part goes well, feel free to give Paul a round of applause, because this takes a lot of practice.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Practice it right there and hold your breath. Hey, nice. There we go. Paul sticks it just like that, pulls his hand back however thick he wants it. Now you can pull it right off just by stretching it super thin. It melts and stuff. With this little bit of glass, I can show you how stretchy it is when it's super hot. I could probably stretch this a decent way down the courtyard if I was really fast, but this is so thin, releases that heat, and I can already touch that right away. And you could too, but you're not allowed to. Okay, so we have one last, we don't have to stick around for it, but that relieves all of its thermal stress without shattering the piece. And depending on how thick the glass is, it has to anneal for longer. If this was a solid piece of glass, it might have to anneal for closer to a week long. So like it would take a lot longer. But a little drop of water right where he wants it to break, just like before. And a tap, comes right off, just like that.